If you're meant to be, then it's gonna work out.
Yeah. Well, then you don't care about me. I am so extra.
He can just call me or text me.
All of them are vital for like a relationship. Yeah. He's gonna watch this.
He's gonna watch this. Hi guys, it's me Kika and welcome back to Unfiltered Conversations. In today's video, I have a special guest. Woo! She's my roommate, guys. I love her so much. Her and I were kind of similar in so many ways. Similar. The word similar is banned in this house. It should be. Actually. But do you want to say a little something about yourself? Like, where you're from?
I'm Genesis. I'm from Ecuador. I'm Lake's roommate. I love Lake.
And we're very good together.
Yes.
Like, we get along very well. Today's topic is about love language and the different types of love languages and what's my love language, what's hers, and we're just gonna like have the conversation about that. So, what is your love language? Do you know the 4 like types?
I know, yeah. Words of affirmation, physical touch, gift giving,
and then
acts of service.
Acts of service. Okay, what's the... Do we want to say what each of...
Yeah, so words of affirmation is like when...
Someone compliments you?
Yeah, compliments or also just like reassurance. Like sometimes when you're in a relationship, you really need your partner to like...
Reassure you
reassure you sometimes. Just tell you like, hey, this reminded me of you, or hey, I don't know, today I was thinking about you, like whatever, you know, just like something that reminds your partner that you like them, that you love them.
That's so my love language though.
Yeah, me too.
What's yours?
I think that one.
That one too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I thought you were going to say physical touch because many people, like, I don't know, everyone that I talk to, it's always like physical touch.
Well, I like physical touch, but it's not really like my thing. Like
your thing.
Yeah. If it's just about physical touch, I feel like it's not enough for me. Like, I need, like, my partner to tell me things.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, like, for example, me, I feel like I can relate to all 4 of them.
Like, I know, yeah, me too. I feel like all of them are important. But there's definitely, I guess, one that, like, sometimes,
that's your biggest one.
That, like, if you don't have it, you feel like, less appreciated.
Yeah, same. And there's also... the gift one. A lot of people say that this one is kind of like bad because they're like, oh, you're materialistic. It's not in that way.
I am a person who loves to give gifts, and like I don't have a lot of money, but I love to make like things for
you make it out of like your heart.
Yeah, I love to write love letters.
Oh my gosh.
I love to do like paper things, like flowers,
cute decorations, cute stuff.
Things like that, and I give them, and that's like my gift giving.
Yeah, me too. Like, it doesn't have to be about like being materialistic.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh, like your love language is gift giving, so you always want to have like receive gift and give gift. It doesn't have to be like that.
It doesn't have to be.
Cause same. When I was dating, obviously we both don't have that much money because we're both still kids. We go to college, we don't work yet. Yeah. So it was kind of, for us to give each other a gift, it had to be sentimental. Yeah. It was really... Like, it wasn't about buying this.
Yeah. And I mean, if I can, like, buy them something, I will.
Yeah.
I definitely, but it's just,
But the one you make handmade or whatever, it's not a bad thing. It's really good. I like it, too. Because a lot of people have the tendency to say that, oh, gift giving is like, oh, you're very, like, materialistic. I lost my page, so I'm looking back for it. By accident.
Acts of service.
Act of service? What's that?
Yeah, that's like when someone like makes you feel appreciated by doing things for you. For example, I really like when my boyfriend like holds my bag or opens the door for me.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I relate to all of them.
Exactly.
I like
this one a lot. If your shoes are untied, they tie them. Yeah,
I like this one too. And if I'm hungry, they're gonna offer me food.
Yeah, it's like a way of like showing that you care.
That you
by
care.
Doing like things, like trying to help them out in some way.
I feel like all of them, I actually, like I said, I relate to all of them. Like, if I ask each of like my friends, or obviously like friends and relationship is different, but it's still the same kind of love language. Yeah. And if I ask each of my friends, they're all gonna say, oh, it's different. Like, my love language it's different for each people.
Yeah.
But I do have one that I prefer. Like, which one do you prefer receiving, like, from your boyfriend? Oh, if you guys don't know, she has a boyfriend, so she's taken for the people in the back.
Well, I guess I really like words of affirmation, because sometimes, like, if like you really like don't tell me anything, I feel like, oh, you forget.
Yeah, do you not love me? Why are you not telling me you will miss me? Tell me. Yeah, me too. That's me too. I like to reassure the person too, to say,
I guess, like,
I
it
love
has
you.
to do with communication, you know.
Yeah. And a relationship, communication is a big thing.
Definitely.
And I will always say that.
Yeah.
Do you think people naturally show the way they want to receive it? For example, if a person, their love language is acts of service, do you think that you want to receive it back? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on the person. Like, everyone has different love languages. So I feel like in a relationship, you just have to make sure that that you make your partner feel loved by showing them their love language. You know, for example, my boyfriend's love language is physical touch. So if he wants to hug me, like, I let him hug me. Yeah, and, you know, things like that, so he feels appreciated. Yeah, but my love language, like, the main one is words of affirmation. So, for example, I have to tell him, like, you know, don't forget about me, like, tell me things. So I feel love, because if we only, like, do, like, about physical touch, like, that's not my thing, you know. Thing, I mean, I like it, but it's not like my main thing.
Yeah, it's not your favorite one.
It's like, then I'm gonna feel like, you know, left out.
And it's always good to have a conversation. Like, when you're first dating someone, it's always good to have that conversation, so you know how to love that person.
Yeah, definitely.
Knowing how to love someone is, like, very good, because your love language can be physical touch, but the other person, it's not necessarily the same thing as yours.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think when I was dating my ex, which we're gonna be back soon, we're better.
He's gonna watch this.
His love language was physical touch, and my love language was not physical touch, and so I had to, if, like you said, I had to, you know, if he wanted a hug, like, when we're laying down in bed, and then he's like cuddling, like he likes that. That's his very, like, thing. And me, it's like, tell me I'm beautiful, tell me you miss me, tell me you were thinking about me.
Yeah, it's just about taking care of each other, you know.
Yeah. Would you say it's hard to express love language that aren't your love language? Like, do you think it's hard for you to express it?
My love language?
That's no, like, your partner's love language, but it's not yours.
Oh, well, I don't think so. I think, like, if you really care about your partner, like, it's just easy for you to want to do things for them, you know, to want to, I don't know if the word is please.
Please,
but yeah, to want to, like, do things that you know that they like.
That they like, yeah.
So it's like,
because when you're in a couple, it's not just about you anymore.
Exactly.
It's like you have to think about the other person too.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Some people think that people that don't know how dating works, they would think that the person needs to have the same love language as them.
No, that's
so wrong, though.
Yeah, that's not how it is. Because everyone is different.
Because my way of loving doesn't have to be your way of loving. Yeah.
No, it can work out, definitely, even if, like, people are different. Like, in a relationship, you're gonna find things that you are, like, you have in common with this person, but at the same time, there's gonna be things that are different. And if you, like, really like them, then you're gonna make it, you know, work it out.
Yeah, work it out. Always. Do you think that if your boyfriend would be like, okay, well, my love language is physical touch, and I can't do words of affirmations. That's not my love language. I don't know how to express it. Like, how would you go about that?
Well, then you don't care about me.
And then piss out.
Because because I'm doing, you know, like, my thing to make you feel loved, and if you cannot, like, do the same for me, then what is this?
What is it? Yeah, for real. But do you think that he's respecting your love language?
Yeah, definitely.
He's respectful like that? Yeah.
Everything is about communication. If there's, like, at some moment, like you feel like your partner is not, like, caring about you, just tell them, like, oh, hey, like, maybe, like, you can, like, tell me these things more, or I didn't like this that you said. Yeah. And, like, you just say it, and if they care about you, they will react well. They will just apologize and you know, go from there in a way that doesn't hurt you anymore.
Yeah. How did you and your boyfriend met?
How
meet.
we met.
What's the word in English?
Met in past.
Yeah. How did you guys meet?
So I'm a transfer student here. At the first school where I used to go, I met him there. I was a freshman. He was a junior. And I met him during my first semester.
So you met him in college?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after, like you said, you guys had to go long distance. Did you guys end up doing long distance?
No, not really. We like at first we agreed that we were gonna do long distance, but at the end it was just complicated because he wasn't really going through like a really good moment in his life either. So we just like
you just stopped for and then now you guys are back because he's back in town. Yeah, that's the thing with me, my ex and I were long distance. We started in the same country, Haiti, but then after I moved here to college and then we became long distance. I feel like for him that has physical touch as a love language, it was really hard for him. Definitely. Because mine is words of affirmation, and he can just call me or text me, telling me like words, but for him it was physical touch, and it was really hard for him. But he still did it, you know. Because like when you love someone, you fight for it. You fight for it.
Exactly.
But there's only like I know I shouldn't have regrets in life because you learn everything, and I've learned so much from this relationship. But I wish I never broke up with him because I still like him. I still love him.
Yeah. Well, definitely, guys. Like if you have something that you want to tell that person that you love, even if you are like apart, just tell them. I sent my boyfriend now, he was my ex-boyfriend then, I sent him a letter to Germany because he was in Germany.
Oh my god,
like
so
I wrote it
by hand. Guys, I was gonna talk about that. Like love today is so different than love they had back then. But us women, we're so we're
still romantic.
We're romantic and we want to write letters. We want you guys to write us letters and do these things that were back in the days, you know. But you sent it to him by post office or whatever?
Yeah. I went with my mom.
You received it?
Yeah, he did. And like actually the first letter that I wrote, like my mom lost it because it was like a thing about time, and my mom was like, oh, I need to go to work, so I'll just send it. I'll send it. And she lost it. So I had to write it again. Oh, and it was such a long letter. It was like 3 pages.
Oh, and it was cute.
Yeah, I put like a little kiss mark on it, and also like a little picture of me. I am so extra.
Yeah, we're lovers. We're lover girls. Is that how they say it? Yeah.
But he answered me in a letter too. He sent a letter back.
Really?
Yeah. And since then, like, we were just trying to figure out if we were gonna get back together or not. And then, well, at the end,
if you're meant to be, then it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
That's what I put in my mind, because my ex right now, he's telling me, well, he's working on himself, and I'm also working on myself, and so we're both working on ourselves and stuff like that. So obviously the timing is not right now, but if it's meant to be, then we'll find our way back to each other, and that's how I see it.
Exactly. Yeah, and definitely like pray for it. Like if you guys believe in God, just pray, because I used to pray a lot, and now I'm back with him, and I'm literally like, thank you, God.
You're literally so happy.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm like, he heard me, you know.
He heard you, and he answered your prayers. Yeah. For me, I feel like he is gonna answer it. It's just that the timing.
It takes time. It takes time.
And God's timing. When I was with my ex, my love language was never physical touch, and I have a story because of that. Because when I was younger, I didn't like physical touch. That's something my whole family knows. They know I don't like kiss. Like, I don't like when they kiss me. I don't like hugging too much. Now I do it because I grew out of it. But when I was younger, I didn't like it because I thought that when a guy love language was physical touch, it was only about sexual things.
I get that.
And like their love language is physical touch, so they're gonna cuddle with you. And then for me, whenever they would cuddle, I would feel like it's like they want something more.
Yeah.
Like that I'm not ready for yet at the time, and I felt like they wanted something more. So I just didn't want physical touch at all. But with my ex, I learned to, accept it, because that was his love language. And honestly, it worked out pretty fine. It wasn't as bad as I put it in my head.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on communication, Like, if their love language is physical touch, and, like, you can feel like, oh, they just want to touch me because they just want, like, sex from me, then like it's just about like them also like telling you like it's not, you know, like,
yeah,
I don't only want you for
that's
that.
not what I want. I love you and I actually care about you and stuff like that.
It's about clarity.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like all types of love language are good. There's no bad ones, because some people think there is, and I feel like just because your partner has a different love language than yours doesn't mean you guys are not meant for each other.
Yeah, and definitely all of them are vital for like a relationship. There's not only like only this one. Because for example, even if I have words of affirmation, even if my boyfriend will be telling me like, oh, I like you, and then when we are outside he doesn't open the door for me, or like he doesn't help me to carry a bag, I will be like, do you really actually like me?
Yeah, like do you actually care about me? Being dramatic is...
So at the end everything is necessary.
Everything is,
you know? And like physical touch too, like
you all have, I feel like everyone that has like, we all have all
we have all of them. Yeah, definitely there's of course like something that like we try to prioritize more.
Yes, but that's like your love language is the one
because it just makes you feel better. I don't know. We don't really control the things that we like. We just like them, or you know.
Yeah. I love physical touch. Physical touch is so beautiful.
Yeah,
it's so beautiful. Nice. But people see it as like I said with my story, people see it as like something that's very deeper.
Yeah.
It's deeper than what it is, because they're like, oh, physical touch. It's like you have to touch the person.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to touch the person, but there's different like levels of touching. It doesn't have to be like what you guys think it is, you know.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be sexual all the time.
Sexual, yeah.
I mean, it depends, like, you know, in your relationship it can be sexual sometimes, but sometimes it can just be like just cuddling.
We're college students, it's okay to be sexual.
Yeah.
If you're cuddling with your boyfriend and you get to the point, whoa, go for it. Like, who's gonna say no, you know?
Right.
But it doesn't mean
consent.
Oh,
always
consent is
consent.
a big thing. I will make a like in-depth video about consent and also boundaries.
Yes, definitely. Always ask before touching. Like,
always. Don't just go for it, because even if you see them kissing you back and they're in the mood for it, doesn't mean that like you feel like there's no need to ask if you could like keep going.
And like, of course, like some of these things are like kind of, for some people, are uncomfortable to talk about with their partners, because sometimes sex is seen as like dirty or something like that. But just like, I feel like the sooner you have these conversations, the better for the relationship.
Yeah,
so like
then you know what's each other's intentions.
Yeah, definitely. If from the start, like, you talk about the things that you don't like, the things that you like, the things that you're comfortable with, then everything's gonna work out fine.
Yeah.
And just like never be afraid to tell them like whatever you don't like.
Yeah, and also if you're not ready for anything, then just like say it. They're gonna understand, because they should understand. If they can't understand that, then they're not meant for you.
Exactly.
They're not the right person for you.
Yeah, don't try to rush just to please someone else. If you feel like it's not really something that makes you comfortable, don't.
Then don't. And also about like trying to copy other people just because they have something, you want to have it too. Like when like it's a huge thing. When I was in high school, like I was a senior, and all of my friends around me, except my best friend, then nothing, but all of my other friends around me, they all had sex. They all already like done it before, and I felt like I was like kind of excluded, and I was the only one that didn't. And I didn't compare myself to them. I was like, oh, obviously at time I would be like, oh, like they're like everyone did it. I kind of want to know how it feels like and stuff like that. But at the same time, I wasn't in a rush to be like, oh, just because they did it, I want to do it too.
Definitely.
It's in my own timing. Like I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, like, I won't lose it until I'm like ready. Yeah, just because everyone else is doing something doesn't mean you have to do it.
Definitely just stand your ground, like in whatever you believe, whatever you feel like. Don't try to just...
We touched a little bit on that topic, but I will make another video when I go deeper in it. But also I want to touch a little bit about boundaries, because it's a huge thing. How do you set boundaries with your partner? Like, let's say you don't want to be with them every day all the time, because then you get tired of each other. Obviously not tired in that way, but you know what I mean. But like, let's say you're busy and then they text you every second, every minute, like you're doing something, they're in your ass. Like, how do you let them know, like, hey, like...
Well, we have already talked about like we're not gonna text each other all the time, because I'm personally not the type of person who likes to be like oh, what do you eat? Oh, what time are you gonna wake up? Oh, what do you have to do today? I don't know, that's just too much for me.
Hey, what did you eat?
Yeah, we're just like in the same page about when we want to talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, if I have something that happened to me during the day and I'm like, oh my gosh, Abby just tried to bite me. Or
yeah,
I don't know how to say it. I say bite me, but
me
but
too.
anyway.
My English is not that good either.
Yeah.
Like we're fine.
Yeah, and I just shared, things like that with him, and he also shares like random stuff with me. Like,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, or like there's a video that he thinks it's funny and then he sends it to me and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, ha, ha.
Yeah, me too. I would like when I was dating him. I feel like he's still my boyfriend, but we just don't have a title. But we don't talk every day. We don't talk all the time. But when I was dating him back in the days, like it would be like, let's say I'm in class and then I think of something that happened. I'll be like, oh my god, this just happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not every second. Hey, like what did you eat today? Oh, give me a break.
Yeah, everything is just about
I'm glad you care that what I ate today, but like, come on now. You don't have to ask me every second.
Yeah, definitely not.
So at the end of the day, communication
is key.
Is key. They always say that, and I will always say it, but people don't really understand what it means. I didn't understand back in the days because I was a kid. Now I'm an adult, so I do understand. And also, another thing that I will always say that's related to communication is also understanding the other person is also key.
Yeah, empathy. We need empathy in a relationship. You need to try to put yourself in the shoes of your partner.
Also, have you ever experienced that when you're like dating someone and then you guys been dating for a long time, obviously, and then the love sometimes some days is way stronger than other days? Have you ever experienced that?
Well, I haven't really dated someone for a long time.
Oh.
The first time that I was with my boyfriend, it was just like 3 months, and now we're back together.
Oh, okay. But
I mean,
sometimes in a relationship, I feel like there's days where I feel like I'm so obsessed with him. Like, I'm so obsessed with the person.
I mean...
And then there's days I'm just like, it's normal love. It's just like, I love you. You're my partner.
I guess it depends on, like, how you're feeling throughout the days, We're humans. Sometimes we're just busy. We have our mind, full of other things. And, like, you still love them, of course, the same.
Of course.
But you don't have really, like, the time or, like, the strength to, like, be, like...
all over him, like every day,
And that's okay. Some people say that a relationship is 50-50, but I think at some point, like, not all the time has to be 50-50. For example, if you're going through something and you cannot really, like, talk to them all the time because you're feeling bad, or you're like, oh, I need to work on this right now, I'm sorry, I just, like, don't feel well, then, well, like, the other person will have to put, I don't know, like, 60%.
Like, more effort.
Yeah, a little more effort,
Yeah.
Like, let's say, like, oh, you don't feel well, okay, what can I do, to make you feel better?
Right, makes sense.
Yeah, things like that. Not always has to be, like, half and half. Sometimes one of the two will have to put a little more effort. It doesn't mean that it has to be that, like, forever, because then it's not gonna work if, like, there's one person giving more all the time.
Yeah, no.
But,
the person would be tired and would be like, oh, what's that?
Yeah, because you don't feel reciprocated. But yeah, definitely there's just those moments, and that's okay.
And that's okay, guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and basically comment, let us know what you guys think about this. I know it. But yeah, okay, let me say my outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave us a comment and let us know what you guys think about this, and what topic you guys want to see, and who do you want me to bring on. And also, guys, I'll see you guys for next week's video. Yay!